Welcome everyone to episode 28. We've been working on this for a while, and it's not yet the episode yet where I teased the classic race, or the race that is at least a classic for me, but we are finally having World Tour races. The first episode with World Tour races, but we'll start off with a race in Thailand, the Thailand Tour. This title is too long to say. 6 stages for us. Very flat, so perfect for our sprinters. One little hilly one are at the 4th stage, but other than that, all of them are rather flat. So I think this is one that is perfect for the sprinters. Maybe the 4th one can be determining for the mountain riders, but we'll see who will do well in this race. However, we'll need to save our riders for one of our first World Tour races. It is classic Brugge-De Panne, a Belgium race full of cobbles, full of excitement, a lot of windy sections as well. And it is exciting to finally ride these World Tour races. And this is even classified as a C race. So not too exciting, not too heavy, but still very, very interesting for us to see how we'll do. Obviously, we've been working towards these moments for a while to finally ride these races, these types of races. So we'll need to see how we'll perform. And last but certainly not least, we're ending this episode with a true World Class race. It is the A3 Saxo Classic, an actual classic race, I would say. Not the one I teased, so this one just kind of snuck in there through the wildcards that I kind of missed. One that is very exciting for us as well, hilly one as well at that. Cobble sections, hills, and it's somehow classified as flat, even though it will be extremely taxing for our riders. Something to look forward to here in the 28th episode. Finally, we're doing World Tour races. But let's start it off here with the Thai Tour. 6 stages for us. 2 riders in the top 10. You see we have our French sprinter with us as well, and a French puncher. Basically a French center team at the moment, which is interesting. But very flat race, only 120 kilometers. So perfect for your sprinters. It will definitely end up in a mass sprint. Let's see if we can make that favorite role come true. That's what we want. We want those victories.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. It's going to be a monotonous day when it comes to the terrain, but at least the teams with sprinters won't be complaining. And, of course, those opportunists with a bit of daring won't make their life easy.
A smaller peloton, to be honest, only 84 riders, nothing too exciting here. I want to be part of this breakaway, obviously. There are bonus seconds here up for grabs, and any bonus seconds would be good here for us. So I'm sending out Hong, as he is the rider up front here in the peloton that can get those bonus seconds and can be part of that breakaway. Other riders trying to break away as well. That means that it will probably trigger the peloton to push on and try to catch us, because they obviously don't want too many riders to get away here from this peloton. But we'll see if we can in the end make it towards breakaway, and sadly we could not. But we're catching the breakaway just before this second in-between sprint point. Can we spread out some of these bonus seconds here with our riders? Yes, we can. Our 2 French riders basically spreading the first and second place between them, meaning 4 additional bonus seconds between our riders, 5 additional bonus seconds actually between our first 2 riders, which gives us an excellent exit position here towards the end of this race. Again, a very flat race, perfect for our sprinters, and as you can see here, Hong leading out the pack now. We will try to sprint here with Adrian and Noah. Noah mostly because of that 4th stage as well. I think it will be good to get him into prime position, to get some race victories, some bonus seconds under his belt, because he can make a difference on that 4th stage. He is a puncher, he can make that difference, and I'm sure that is what we'll do in that 4th stage. Now here with 3 kilometers left to go, our sprint train is fully going. Owen Cole not having the best statistics today, so no final sprint here for him, even though he would be one of the sprinters that could get a good result here in this race, leading out the riders now. Other trains already sprinting. I'm doing a lead out now with VL, but I sprint way too late here with our riders. Other riders already sprinting. We do gain some positions here towards the end with our riders, but the podium positions are already gone. Again, Blake Quick here, our rival, our Australian rival, doing extremely well, and we get across the line here as 8th and as 13th. So not the result that we wanted. Only one rider in the top 10 here, as you can see. Not the best start here of this Thai Tour. We got some bonus seconds at least, but really we wanted to perform here in this first stage and actually make sure that we get some wins and victories here. Get some UCI points that should be easily up for grabs here for our riders. And once again, I'm checking out the Korean riders again. I would like to expand the list of Korean riders that we have, but there just are not very many riders that catch our eye. There's not many riders that could be fit to ride a Tour de France. So as long as those riders don't show up, we will not be able to sign those. As we do aim to get that Tour de France spot next year. And we can only do that with better riders, improving basically the Korean riders that we have at the moment. For the general classification, obviously we have 2 riders in the top 10 at the moment. Those bonus seconds helping out a lot there. A good positioning here, a 5th and 6th place here for Adrian and Noah. Great job here by us. No real mountain and sprint points to achieve here. There's plenty of other points to focus on. And we want to get a better result here in the second stage. 2 in-between sprint points as well. Let's see if we can get some bonus seconds or at least a victory here in the second stage.
It's going to be a monotonous day when it comes to the terrain, but at least the teams with sprinters won't be complaining. And, of course, those opportunists with a bit of daring won't make their life easy.
And obviously, we will be those opportunists once again. There are bonus seconds up for grabs, and they will be important in these stages, I am sure. So I'm sending out Heo this time. He does manage to go out into that breakaway. Last time he was a bit stuck in the peloton, but this time he very quickly makes it towards that breakaway. But the peloton chasing after us once again do not want to let our riders go. So no chance for him to really get there. Again, a big sprint here, big effort to try and make it towards the breakaway, but his energy is already gone, and the peloton is sprinting after our riders to try and catch them back up. So no real chance for us here to get into this breakaway. 2 riders out here up front. No chance for Heo to actually make it there towards those first couple of points for us, sadly. So with the rest of our riders, we'll just protect them here in the peloton. Again, Adrian -2 statistics. No, not on a flat race where he will need to perform. Yeah, we will try and protect him here towards the end. Noah Isidora doing much better than Adrian here. +1 statistics, making sure that his fitness at least is ready to do a good performance for this stage. I tried to send out Hong here once again to try and be part of this breakaway. They're already 1 minute away, so I don't think it will be a very successful chase, but I'm hoping they will let him go here towards this breakaway. Again, I want to do well also with our Korean riders. They're a big part of our team. They've been doing well. Hong does make it all the way towards the breakaway. Can he sprint here towards the first place in these points? No. A 3rd place here in the in-between sprint. 1 bonus second for him at least. He is 10th. Or he is 42nd with 10 seconds off the number 1. That means that any bonus seconds will help him gain positions here in this race. They also make it all the way towards the second in-between sprint point, where Hong does a much better sprint this time. 4 total bonus seconds here for him. That will do great for his general classification run. The peloton obviously close behind, so we will not make it towards the end here with Hong. And that means there will be definitely a final sprint or a mass sprint here at the end of this second stage of the Tour of Thailand. And you see here less than 7 kilometers to go. Hong did the lead out here for our train. Now time for him to recover and try to maintain those bonus seconds that he got. Make sure that he doesn't end up somewhere behind the group. As you can see, there are a couple of splits here and there. Only 79 riders remaining here in this tour here in the peloton. A bit of an uphill section just now, and that means that we want to be up in front here of this section. We want to get a good exit position here for this sprint. Less than 3 kilometers remaining now. We are in that uphill section now, pushing fully here with Owen Cole. This should be his terrain. He should be doing well. Less than 2 kilometers remaining. The 1 kilometer mark is right here. A sprint with literally everyone. Can anyone make it towards the finish line as first? Adrian looking great. Adrian looking all the way up front. Can he make it towards the finish line as first? He does not. A 2nd place here for Adrian Vial. A great job here by our French rider. Close behind the Israeli rider, but sadly no 1st place for him, even though he would have deserved it. The remainder of our riders getting across the line a little bit behind the main peloton, but it seems to be that they all got across the line at the same time, so no big differences there for the team. Adrian Viel, fantastic result here for him, a second place here in the Tour of Thailand. You see here our Korean riders coming across the line here at the same time as well, so no differences there for them. That would be great for Hong's general classification. As we can see here, he moves up 33 places, now in a top 10 position here. Our Korean rider, Adrian Viel, moving 3 places up as well. He's currently 3rd in the general classification, 2 seconds off the number 1, so there's still a very good chance for him to get a great result here in this tour. Noah moving down a couple, as there are other riders that are passing him and moving up in the general classification. Probably the riders that just got additional bonus seconds here in this tour. And Owen Cole and other riders increasing in positioning, or increasing in the positions in the general classification thanks to their positioning when they got across the finish line. Nothing too exciting there. There's still 4 races left to go. Still 4 chances to get that top position, still 4 chances for victories, and obviously we want to get a top position in the general classification. Our best rider, Adrian Viel, currently in 3rd. Let's see if we can make it into a number 1 position here in another flat race. Looks like a downhill finish, so definitely another mass sprint here in the 3rd stage of the Tour of Thailand.
Welcome. Today's terrain is fairly level, so it's ideal ground for those who are good on the flat.
And Adrian is good on those flats. No negative statistics for our team today, which is a great way to start off this 3rd stage of this tour. Noah having positive statistics, Heo having positive statistics. We want to be part of this breakaway once again. As you can see here, we want to make sure that we get some of those bonus seconds, and we already have a decent gap here towards the peloton, so it seems to be a successful breakaway here with our riders. Those bonus seconds could be very fruitful here for Adrian Viel, which will have issues on the 4th stage. Again, an uphill finish there for him, so that will be tricky. And in the meantime, we'll defend Noah Isidore and we'll defend Hale with his positive statistics here. First sprint here with our riders. I get a bit caught out here across the corner. Adrian Viel messing up his sprint. No good result here for him. And that means no additional bonus seconds here for our French rider, which we so desperately wanted to have. So I'm not going to make much effort here for our riders. There's no interesting mountain points here for us. For Adrian Viel, it's not really his thing. Towards the last in-between mountain point, he does make a good sprint here, but just runs out of energy towards the end, and he only gets 1 additional bonus second here for him. That means that he wasted a lot of energy here in the breakaway. You see the red bar is gone, you see the yellow bar is almost gone, and that means that Adrian is struggling here towards the end of this race. 7 kilometers to go. Again, it will definitely be a mass sprint. We have our sprint train going. We are moving up towards the front of the peloton, but our French rider, one of our main riders for this race, for the general classification, is already exhausted, so he will have a lot of difficulties to keep up here in the final 5 kilometers here of this race. We are moving all the way towards the front, trying to make sure that we can deliver our riders as well as possible here in this race, not using up too much energy as it is slightly downhill, so I'm in a bit of an uncomfortable position. I wish I could use it a bit better here, this energy of our riders. 1 kilometer left to go. I do an early sprint here with Heo, everyone jumping off the wheel where they can. Adrian Viel finally as well, and Heo here actually in prime position, actually really good spot here, getting across the line here as 3rd in the 3rd stage of the Tour of Thailand. Our Korean rider again doing very well here, even though I did not expect him to do well. This was not really his race to perform. This was not really his stage. He was the lead out man for our riders, but in the end he is the rider with the best positioning here of our team. A 3rd place here for Heo Sang-soo, 5th place for Owen Cole, and a 6th place for Noah Isidore. Adrien Viel, our French sprinter, who was in 3rd, ending in the 14th position here in this stage. I was hoping for him to extend his lead, but sadly, he's going to lose out 2 positions here on the number 1 in the general classification. Heo, because of those bonus seconds, moving up 41 positions. Fantastic job here by our team. Currently 4 riders in the top 11. So really good job here by our team. We have everything to play for. A lot of our riders, not even 10 seconds, I think, spreading or like making the difference between all of those riders. So we have plenty of opportunities and chances to gain on the number 1 rider. We have plenty of chances and opportunities to take the spot of the number 1 rider, and I'm assuming this will happen here in the 4th stage of the Tour of Thailand. Very, very flat stage once again, but that final stage there at the end going up is the one that I think will be the deciding factor here of this race. 2 in between sprint points, more bonus seconds here for us as well. So we'll see how this goes.
It's an undulating route, so it will be a tactical race. Riding in such heat is not easy. Many riders must have only one thing on their mind: getting this over with.
Apparently a very hot stage today that will definitely impact the stamina of our riders. 2 in between sprint points here, trying to send out Kim Hyun-sok here in this race this time, trying to basically differentiate between our riders, trying to rotate our riders in the breakaway to try and get them any more bonus seconds here. 14 seconds currently off the number 1, only 14 seconds, currently in 42nd position. So if you can get 6 bonus seconds, it will move him up immensely here in the general classification. In the meantime, we'll protect Noah Isidora and Adrian Vial once again, are 2 of our riders that are very well positioned here in this tour. That uphill section will be a difference maker, and that should be a perfect opportunity for Noah Isidora to basically defeat all the sprinters here towards the end and gain on that top, or gain that top position in this race. On towards the first sprint point, Kim Hyun-sok doing a mighty sprint here, but getting across the line as this is second. So only 3 bonus seconds here, or only 2 bonus seconds here for Kim Hyun-sok. A mighty effort here for him, but sadly getting across the line as second. Not the bonus seconds that we wanted. Here now in the final in between bonus second, you see me sprinting here with all of our riders, with as many riders as we can. We kind of get in each other's ways, and that means that Noah Isidora at least gets across the line here as second, so he will get some additional bonus seconds, but this is not the result that we wanted here. We obviously wanted to make sure that we get all 3 of the places here and get a bunch of bonus seconds to be spread out. Noah Isidora get across the line as second, meaning 2 additional bonus seconds here for him. Good for general classification, especially seeing that we are heading towards that final mountain here in this race. Only 8 kilometers remaining here. I wouldn't really call it sprint train is going, but our lead out train is going here in this race. I don't expect many of our riders to do very well. You see me also positioning Owen Cole, who is also having fantastic mountain stats these days, as the lead out man for Noah Isidora. I'm expecting that final hill to be very, very difficult here for our riders, and we'll see how that will end up. Less than 4 kilometers remaining, so I'm kind of pushing here with our riders. Is this the best choice here in this race? I'm not entirely sure, but also it's not going to be too much effort here for our riders. It's only going to be less than 2 kilometers as we start that hill. Moving up here in this difficult terrain here, slowly but surely the gradient is increasing. Less than 1 kilometer remaining. That's all these riders have to survive, and we are looking mighty here in this final sprint. We're getting separated here from the peloton even. That's how well we are sprinting here towards the end. Noah Isidora jumping from the wheel of Owen Cole and getting across the finish line here as first. A top 3 here for KoRail in the 4th stage of the Tour of Thailand. An incredible result here by our team. Really, really, really good. Gapping also towards all the other jerseys. So fantastic result here by our riders. They should definitely move us up into that top position in the general classification. We already got some bonus seconds here for Noah Isidora, but now he will get even more because he got 1st place here in the 4th stage of the Tour of Thailand. Incredible result here for our French rider. He's already proving himself in the previous episode. He keeps proving himself in this one, and I'm sure he will keep proving himself in future episodes as well. A great job by our French rider. A great showing here by our newest signee. And as you can see here, top 3 by our team. The rest of our riders getting across the line a little bit later here. No shame in that. It's around a 60th position here by our Korean riders. Obviously not their strength to ride up the mountain, even though it was only 2 kilometers long, but those last those last couple 100 meters were very high in the gradient. And as you can see here, a big increase in positions here. Owen Cole jumping up 20 positions to 2nd. Noah Isidora also moving up 10 positions all the way to 1st. Adrian only moving 2, but he is now in 3rd, so great job there by him. Our Korean riders obviously moving down, as this was just slightly too difficult for them. And we have a 22-second lead over the next best rider here. Blake Quick, the Australian sprinter. Great rider here as well, but just missing out now on any results here that he could have. Checking out this Korean rider here, 3.5 stars again. I'm trying to find more Korean riders that we could sign. 3.5 stars potential though, not really the best that we can do here, so not ideal. First in the team classification as well, so we are looking mighty strong. Only 2 stages left, 22-second lead on the number 4. 12-second gap towards the number 3. So really good job here by our team, and this is just another flat race, so we just want to keep those results coming in. With 22 seconds, if they don't get any additional bonus seconds, we should be able to win this here in this tour. We're in a great position.
Today's terrain is fairly level, so it's ideal ground for those who are good on the flat.
And good on the flat we are, even though Adrian Fial has a -3 statistics, so not great for him. I'm sending out Hong once again to try and be part of this breakaway. Again, 41 seconds behind the number 1. He is in a pretty okay position. He is in a top 20 position. Any bonus seconds here for him could help, and we are at the first bonus sprint, so we are sprinting towards that number 1 position. Can we make it across the line here first? I think this is another second position here. Yes, another second position here for Hong, so 2 additional bonus seconds for him. We wanted to get that first place, we want to get those 3 bonus seconds, but we'll happily take those 2 additional bonus seconds, and we're currently 7 minutes off the lead, and when we get towards the second in-between sprint point, we are 13 minutes off the lead. A big sprint here once again by Hong, doing a good job here. I think this might be another second place here for him, so 4 bonus seconds for him in total, but we are 13 minutes up in front of the peloton with only 50 kilometers remaining, so this is looking extremely good here for our riders, for Hong Jiwon, who's in a prime position here actually to win this tour suddenly. 10 minutes ahead of the peloton, only 1 kilometer remaining. I kind of mess up here because I didn't notice it was only 1 kilometer remaining. You see me stressing, you see me wondering why these other riders are sprinting. I sprint with Hong. I kind of lose the wheel here of these riders, and sadly no great result here for Hong. No good result, and only a 6th place here in this stage, which normally is something we would be very happy with, but 6 out of the first 6 riders is not really something to cheer for, and we need to set up our sprint train as quickly as possible because the finish line is coming here very quickly for our riders as well. It caught me off guard because the finish line apparently went straight, and I saw the road going right, so I didn't expect the finish line to be there already, but it is what it is. We tried to get a good result here with our riders, but we kind of failed. 6th place here for Hong Jiwon. Let's see if we can do better here with the remainder of our riders. There's less than 5 kilometers remaining already. I'm not entirely sure where that finish line is. Again, it should be going straight, and there is that finish line. No 1 kilometer spot, or I didn't really see the 1 kilometer flag, so I do a very late sprint here. Owen Cole actually doing a fantastic effort here to sprint towards the line. A top 10 position for him. The rest of our riders sprinting behind the others. No good position there for them. No additional bonus seconds because the first couple of riders have already passed the line, and that means that we don't get any decent results here with the remainder of our riders. But I am very excited here to see what this does to the general classification. Hong Jiwon, number 1 in the general classification, 4 seconds in front of the number 2. Obviously, the remainder of our riders are dropping down towards that 7th, 8th, and 9th position. So we have 4 riders in the top 10. Is this something that is good for us? I don't know. We had the top 3 positions. That probably would have been much better for us points-wise, UCI points-wise, result points-wise. But Hong Jiwon currently in first, 4 seconds in front of the number 2. That means that we have a chance to win this race. We are only 1 stage remaining here in this final, in this tour of Thailand. Hong Jiwon could win a 2.1 race. This is something unheard of. Let's see if we can make this happen for our Korean rider.
Hello and welcome. Today's terrain is fairly level, so it's ideal ground for those who are good on the flat. Riding in such heat is not easy. Many riders must have only one thing on their mind: getting this over.
I am absolutely I don't even know if shocked is the right word for this, but I am perplexed with the state that Hong Jiwon is in. Currently first in the general classification, our Korean rider, and that means that we need to make sure that no other riders that are getting away here are in those top positions that might want to get some additional bonus seconds here for themselves and making sure that they can pass Hong Jiwon. So I need to make sure that none of them are actually part of the top 10. Thankfully none of them were, and somehow Adrian Fial got into the breakaway, meaning that he will get some additional bonus seconds at least. There we go, a very small but very easy sprint here for him. 3 additional bonus seconds here for our French rider. I don't think this will do a whole lot for his general classification. He is currently in 9th, but still, you know, any seconds that he can get is great. And here you see me moving Hong Jiwon towards the front, ready to get ready to sprint with our Korean rider. He gets across the line here as first. That means 3 additional bonus seconds for Hong Jiwon. Or sorry, there's one rider ahead, so he gets across the line here as second. 2 additional bonus seconds as Hong Jiwon, 1 additional bonus second for Noah Isidora, trying to establish the lead of our Korean rider even more. I don't want to lose out here on him. And now let's see if I can get a top podium position here with our riders. We only have 10 kilometers remaining. It will definitely be a mass sprint. I'm sure the commentator will jump in a little bit and say the same thing.
Riders are closing on the last 8 kilometers of the stage, which will most likely end up in a mass sprint.
Exactly. And that means that we need to set up here for this mass sprint. Again, I don't want to lose any seconds here with Hong Jiwon, so I'm careful with him to not exhaust him too much here in this final area. The leader in the general classification. We are looking extremely strong here in this race. I don't think there will be many other riders here to challenge us here in this final area of this race. Hong, who has never won anything in his entire career, has been with KoRail since the beginning, has never won anything, not even a 2.2 race, hasn't even won like any 1.2 races, absolutely nothing, is now about to win the general classification here in the Tour of Thailand. I'm hoping he does not lose any additional seconds here. I'm hoping that none of these riders are able to pass Hong Jiwon. It doesn't really matter in which position we get across the line, as long as the other riders that are passing the line right now are not competitors of Hong Jiwon. And we'll have to see what happens here when we get across the line, what the results will be for the general classification. And we win! We win the general classification here with Hong Jiwon. Points-wise, results-wise, it probably would have been better for us to stick with the top 3, being in the top 3. But how incredible is it for Hong Jiwon to be the winner of the Tour of Thailand? An incredible result here by a Korean rider, again, who has never won anything in his entire career, who has not done well in his entire career results-wise, who has always been our assist rider, who has always been supporting us with delivering riders towards the front, making sure that other riders got incredible results. Hong Jiwon, our first Korean rider, or is winning a 2.1 race. I'm not sure if we've done it before with a Korean rider, but at least he... I am sorry, I'm so perplexed. The first win here for Hong Jiwon is the general classification of the Tour of Thailand. 3 of our riders in the remainder of the top 10, so 4 riders in total in a top 10 position. What an incredible result here by our team to have 4 riders in the top 10 here in this tour. This will be a lot of UCI points. This will do great for Hong's results. Again, he had some UCI points here and there in the previous seasons. He had those top 10 results, but no victories, nothing spectacular for him. And now Hong Jiwon, our Korean rider, the first time he has ever won anything, you can see it right here, is in 2027. He won the mountain jersey in the Tour of Serbia. He won the mountain jersey in the Tour of Taiwan in 2025. Nothing in the previous season in 26. And now in 2027, he has won the general classification of the Tour of Thailand. What an insane result here for Hong Jiwon. I have nothing else to say here. He has done incredible year after year to support us. And now for the first time ever, he has won his first general classification. Congratulations to Hong Jiwon. Something that is so normal for the rest of our riders is something that he has finally achieved on his own as well. Now let's move on to our first World Tour race. It is a sea level World Tour race. It is classic Brugge-De Panne, a very flat race, which normally would be great for sprinters, but this is cobbles, it is windy sections, and so it is perfect for classic riders to show their talents, hoping that our riders who are good on the flat and good on the cobbles will prove their worth here in this very difficult World Tour race.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. The race has cobbled sections that are renowned for testing both bikes and their riders. You've got to know what you're doing.
Exactly, so we are part of this very exciting race. A lot of the World Tour teams here, obviously, and we are racing against them with our best riders that I feel for this race. Sadly, the statistics are not with us, however. So it's a bit of a sad start here of the race. I don't think the breakaway will make it, so and we just want to survive towards the end, so I'm putting all of my riders under protection that I think can make it. Obviously our main stars, Paul Fietske, Christoph Krall and Severy Savakovsky, none of those have good statistics, but they are the best riders for these conditions, so I'm hoping that they will do well. Hong's victory makes it look like we can perform in these difficult races, so I'm hoping that we can show off that performance here in today's race as well. Obviously Hong's performance should motivate our team to do well as well. Maybe we can show up here in this difficult race and make sure that we can surprise these World Tour riders here today. Towards the end of the race, however, 15 kilometers left to go. A big split here between a lot of these riders. Only 70 riders remaining in the peloton. A lot of our riders, or two of our main riders, already in the back of this race, 20 minutes behind the main peloton, so they sadly lost some footing in one of these windy sections and had no chance to even get back towards the front. That means that we will try and start a lead out here in the final parts of this race. Obviously we want to break apart the peloton even more, want to make it as difficult for the sprinters as possible. Can we make that happen here with 10 kilometers left? We do only have 3 riders remaining with a bit of energy. Many of the top riders here already attacking, moving towards the front. We want to be up front in a good position to sprint here in this very difficult windy section. We want to not lose too much energy, however, and that is the tricky part here in this race. We want to just maybe be part of the front of this group here so we don't lose too much energy and do a good sprint here in this race. More than 6 kilometers remaining, only 2 riders left. It will be a very difficult end to this race. 1 rider in front, I don't want to let him get away. I want to ride a podium position, and with 2 riders remaining, 2 podium spots left, that will be tricky. More attacks here in this race. I don't want this group to get away here, trying to catch up here with with our team. Most of the peloton sticking basically in the front, though, not really chasing after these riders here. So I need to do the effort to close the gap here towards the front. Still 2 riders remaining, and with a bit over 2 kilometers to go, I think it will be very difficult to make sure that we catch up to these 2 riders. Many more attacks happening now. Fietske, our only rider here with energy remaining. I should have jumped with Wout van Aert here, the German rider who I have compared to the Belgian rider so very often. A sprint here with this last kilometer, trying to make sure that we get towards a top position. You see Van Aert sprinting there. No podium place here for us as Wout van Aert gets into that 3rd position. Can we at least get a top 10 here in our first World Tour race? It is looking like it. Paul Fietske getting across the line in 9th position. A top 10 here for us in our first World Tour race. What an excellent performance here by our German rider. No podium position, but still a good result here by our team. We are trying to sprint with the remainder of our riders to get as good of a position as possible, because any UCI points that we can get here would be great. But a top 10 here in our first World Tour race is a amazing result here by our team against these top riders, against these top teams. Look at these teams, look at these riders that we are facing. And then there is KoRail here. Even in the team classification, we are 10th, which, looking at the quality of these teams that have participated, is just incredible for our tiny Korean team. Most of our riders finishing around, as you can see there, around the 90th position. So no great result here by some of our top riders, but a top 10 here by Paul Fietske, an incredible result. Now let's move on here to the main stage here, the main race of this episode. It is the A3 Saxo Classic, a top World Tour race here. Very hilly, a lot of cobbled sections, not as much windy sections as the previous race. But again, one for our classic riders, one for our sprinters, hoping that they will perform well. We already have a top 10 performance. Obviously, we want to get a top 5 or even a podium place. Can we make it in this race? That would be incredible. Let's see how we'll do.
Welcome. It's a difficult race with several cobbled sections. The bikes will be severely tested.
Again, plenty of cobbled sections here. The statistics, I should say, look much better today as they weren't horrible in the previous race. A lot of minus statistics there. Now our main riders only have, with Paul Fietske, a -2. Christoph Kroll a 0. Severy Savkovsky with a -1. So still not the best statistics that we could have, but at least we are doing a little bit better than in the previous race. And again, we want to stick in the peloton. I don't think the breakaway will get away. So we will protect our riders. And you're joining us here now with 40 kilometers left to go. Plenty of racing left, but look at the difficulty of this race. We are going uphill. Our team is struggling. We are a little bit in the back of this peloton. And of course, the moment we are having issues riding up this very steep hill, the peloton splits. A group moves forward here. Two of our riders with Severy Savkovsky, our Finnish top sprinter here, having so many issues to follow here. And now we need to close a gap of 1 minute here towards this front group on these cobbles. We are having so many difficulties, having to use up all our energy to try and move towards the front, try to be part of that main group here up front. Another large hill here in the Oude Kwaremond, a very difficult hill here to race up with cobbles all along the route. There's no chance for us to really pass any of our riders. Fietske here even struggling, even though he is one of those cobbled riders, the best cobble rider here of our team, just having so many issues here in this race. The front group gaining an advantage on us, gaining more and more seconds here on Fietske, and that means that there are more splits here in the peloton, more riders just trying to move towards the front. A lot of our riders here now behind and trying to make sure that we can get into a group to maybe push forward even more. You see many of these X Mobility riders here trying to move forward here. Fietske part of this group, trying to make sure that we keep pushing forward here. Abramson, one of the top riders in the world, being so far in the back here. I'm hoping that they will make sure that we get more and more towards the front. That means that we cannot let up for just 1 second. We need to keep pushing as well. You see the front group there all the way ahead here, riding up this hill right now. Can we follow these top riders here in this race? Christoph Kroll trying to make sure that he brings Paul Fietske all the way towards the front, but we are struggling so incredibly much. We are having so many difficulties. Even Abramson here getting loose of the group here, making sure that he is doing an incredible effort towards these last groups. Christoph Kroll losing the wheel as well. We only have Paul Fietske remaining, and he already has no energy left here with still 25 kilometers to go. So with these last 25 kilometers, this will be a very difficult race here for our team. A struggle here to get towards that finish line. We will do everything to make it towards that final group, who is now over 2 minutes away from us here in this World Tour race, this top classified World Tour race, much different than any of the races that we've done before. Part of this is also gaining the experience of riding a World Tour race, riding over these cobbled sections that we've never done before in our lives. Races that are so difficult that we haven't even touched the difficulty there for our riders. So we are just trying to stick here in this group, and even sticking in this group is much too difficult here for Paul Fietske, as you can see, as the group slowly but surely rides away here on this cobbled section, moves away here once they reach the asphalt. Paul Fietske unable to really gain or try to stay here with this group, and he is here with Lunderlooks, the rider of Unibet Tiedemann Rockets here in this smaller group. While towards the end, as you can see, a lot of riders have already finished. Paul Fietske here sprinting to try and at least get as good of a result here as possible with some of these incredible riders, and he gets across the finish line as 61st. Not really the result that we were hoping, especially after that top 10 in the previous stage. We did our best. You see our riders here also sprinting to try and get as good of a result as possible, but no top 10 here in this incredibly difficult race here. You see the top 10 here, as expected, the riders that we wish we would have in our team. Paul Fietske in his 61st position in this World Tour race. No visibility for us either. We tried our best to stick along with this group. We are 5 minutes behind the number one among some of these top riders as well. So it's not a shame to be part of the back of this race, to be 61st across the line, especially with the riders that we finished around, especially with the riders that finished in this top 10. An incredible result here for our team. The first time that we've ever ridden a World Tour race. So good job here by KoRail. Let's quickly head to the victories. We gained 2 additional victories here with the team, mainly the one with Hong Jiwon. An incredible result here for him, moving up very much in that classification of the wins. A really good job here by our Korean rider, and that reflects also here in the points. You see here immediately Hong Jiwon from 0 points here, moving up, basically the 4th rider in the team at this moment. So an incredible job here by him. Paul Fietske, our classic rider, also moving up a ton of points here. Those World Tour races, even for a 10th position, give a lot of points. So congratulations to them. Noah Isidora still riding very, very strongly here. As you can see, that line moving steadily upwards. But that fight for second place here in this team is very quickly coming closer. Will Hong Jiwon score more points? Will Paul Fietske try to recapture that second position and move towards that first position, challenging Noah Isidora? You'll have to find out in the next episode. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time. Goodbye.